Yeah, good morning. It's Wednesday, September 5th, and it's 7:05, something like that. Anyway, so you're probably wondering if it's 7:05 and you're supposed to be at work at 7, why aren't you at work? Why are you making this video? Well, guess what? My tire blew out. And, it's so funny. Last night I had my insomnia issue, and I kept thinking, I need to be concerned about my tire. I need to be concerned about my tire. Sure enough, you know, I'm telling you, sometimes insomnia just makes me open up even more. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's true. That's really weird. You would think it is the opposite, but my brain is begging to shut off. It's like I'm thinking too much about stuff, and, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm trying really hard to find other distractions that are pleasurable and kind of get my mind off of things. But I've been thinking a lot about what's happened, and God knows I'm just like it's really hard for me to um, to get my head straight. It's hard when I don't have a whole lot to do to keep me busy. But I was thinking about how sometimes, I've been looking in through the years, like, um, in the last few weeks, and I was just thinking about how fast time goes, and I was thinking about how, I took a piece of paper and I was trying to figure out timelines because, I was watching, I don't know, some videos on like the space shuttle, the what was that? Oh God, I can't think of the name of it. The Challenger shuttle. And I remember when I was younger, when that whole tragedy happened, and I kept thinking, what year was that? And I kept thinking, okay, and then I was reading the article, and it was saying 1986, and I kept thinking, okay, 1986, all right, fine. And then I kept thinking, okay, how old was I back then? And then I just got, okay, let me just take this on a piece of paper. So I took it on a piece of paper, and I wrote, okay, that was the year I entered, like, ninth grade, and then I exited the next year, or the 10th grade, I think it was when it was, because it was 1986. And then I just kind of read all the other years all the way up, and then I kept thinking, gosh, um, God, time flies. It flies so fast. And, I think of all the problems I've had, throughout life, constantly being sabotaged or diverted from things that I wanted to do because of the social engineering that was in place. You know what I'm talking about. People gossiping, talking crap about you. And it's not, you start thinking, oh my God, this shit really, this stuff is real. People can just plow yourself, somebody else into the ground. They can literally destroy a person, um, from the very beginning. That I think that's exactly how things are. So I keep thinking, gosh, look at how many years have gone by, and how I'm constantly being manipulated. Like, my life is constantly being manipulated in under, beyond my control. And it was just like, wow. It was a mind-blowing thought, so your brain starts spinning off on other things. And I don't know, there's different ways for people to meditate or receive information or whatever. And I think my brain has just been, it's too open. It's too open right now, and I just want it to shut down. I do. um I don't know, and I also, of course, I was thinking about the cute guy. Because as I was going through the timelines, I kept thinking, man, I remember seeing the cute guy. First time I saw the cute guy, I was 15. And I just thought, wow, Anyway, that's for he and I to talk about. And I hope that I do get to see him soon. I'm just like, exhausted. Yeah, I'm exhausted. So I'm waiting here for the AAA truck, and like, I called them last week, I think it was. It's like, whatever. All shit always seems to happen like one after the other. And maybe I should be happy that, chaos like happens in such clusters and at least predictable patterns with me. Because it's messed up either way, okay? But then, like, what if everything was going good for like a long period of time, and then all of a sudden you get these weird, this like weird surprise. Boom, here's a major issue. Or is it easier just to know that, or just to wake up in the morning and expect bullshit to happen? I don't know. Either way, I'm just like, okay. You wonder how how people get in situations like this. And I'm looking at people in a completely different light though now. It's like, people's situations, like yesterday I saw a homeless man on the street. He wasn't on the street, he was actually sleeping on a bench, okay? This was like going down the street here in Bakersfield. I think it was it's Oak Street, okay? It was on Oak. And as I was driving, I kept thinking, I don't think this man had his intentions to be in this situation. And I kept thinking, people look at homeless people and they think, oh, this person's an alcoholic, or he did this, or what made this person an alcoholic? Did this person get back into a corner that he couldn't control, that he was beyond his control, and through this stress process, like I bet you there's a lot of kids who were bullied, who were scapegoated, and who are in situations just like that man on that bench. You know what I mean? And people keep thinking, well, he didn't want to help himself, and he didn't want to do this, and blah, 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 blah. But what got him in this situation? Was he a scapegoated kid? And did he constantly get everything sabotaged? I'm going to tell you, when you get social sabotage socially, it is very difficult. Because if people are sitting, let's just say, for example, somebody could have pointed the finger at him and lied on him like they always do. You know how they always have those rumor campaigns. And the next thing you know, boom, here's this man in this situation, and he has no support system, and there you go. And it's just something that people should think about, and it makes me less judgmental. Not that I was judgmental. I started becoming very sensitive to homeless people when it started off in high school. I think it was the year, I don't know, it was the year that it snowed. And there was a man who kind of got some recognition in the newspaper for being homeless. And then somebody gave him a job, and people were very, I don't know, more charitable back then, okay? Because now, if people were giving homeless people jobs and giving them a hand up, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in now. I mean, but that was the first person I saw that was homeless, okay? Then, of course, I met the other lady out there in the desert. So maybe I met the lady and saw the lady in the desert before I met this guy out that came around the neighborhoods and was asking to do odd jobs, okay? Either way, that's how the situation went. Anyway, so, and then, of course, I saw the people, but they weren't really homeless because they had like a little, what do you call it? A little trailer out in the middle of the desert. But still, I was like, oh man, I felt compassion for them, and I didn't think, well, their life was a waste, or that because some people, I'm not saying, I didn't do anything wrong, okay, to be in this situation, believe me. But, some people, like, for example, heroin addicts or something like that, some people have extreme mental pain from the abuse that they experienced, and they need to somehow shut it off. Those antidepressants, I'm serious, I'm going to tell you, I can't say that I'm in the same situation and the same pain, mental pain of these people. I will tell you I'm in mental pain, and I will tell you it is very painful. And I could fully understand how somebody would say, I need to shut this shit down out of my brain. I can understand it 100%. I can't sit here and judge these people because, they are broken. I'm not saying that it's right that they're doing it. I'm not. I'm just saying I understand how people can get in that situation. And I would never, think that, because it snowballs. People, okay, they say something, they mess up your life a little bit, and then you're in a very awkward situation. And I fully understand, is basically what I'm saying. So I don't judge these people, and I really do think that they deserve more kindness, But anyway, yeah. Anyway, through the years, I was thinking a lot, just thinking about stuff. And I know that I want more activities to do. I gotta do more, Anyway, I was thinking about, of course, the cute guy yesterday. I was thinking about him. And don't think that I think about the cute guy 24 hours a day. I do think about him a lot. I would say he is a part of my 24-hour-a-day routine in my mind. But, mostly, I do think about how pissed off I am about being in this situation. Year after year, confronting all these issues, and things could have been better. And this has nothing to do with the cute guy. This has been going on in my life for the very, very long time. The bullying, the bullshit. And then coming to realize all this stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's enough to make you barf your lungs out. I swear it is. Anyway, but yeah, I do think about him, and I mean, I have so many things to tell him, and that's really cool that he's around. So anyway, I'm tired. I gotta wait for this AAA guy, and then I gotta get my tire put on. Then I'm gonna have to go back home and be pissed off because I'm out of another day's work. I gotta have work. I gotta have money. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't like scraping by. I don't like scraping by. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. And I have compassion. I can relate to certain people. I keep thinking, I understand what gets people into the situations that they are. I know, when we were talking about homeless people, please let me back up for a minute. I don't think that, there are some people who are just pieces of shit, okay? There are some people who are just evil, manipulative people, and then people got revenge on this manipulative person who caused a lot of pain and inflicted harm on other people and did things that were horrible. And some people end up in that situation. But when I really look at it, it almost seems as though the majority of the people that I have seen, the homeless people that I've seen, or people who've had hard times in general, were mostly the people who were being bullied because other people were competitive towards them, or like they had a family that just scapegoated them. And then of course, because the family is in a situation where they're scapegoating the person, they think, or the position where they're scapegoating the person, these people think, well, these people must have some sort of authority over this other person, so other people start doing the same thing to that person. And then the next thing you know, here it comes, this big snowball of whatever. So I relate to that. I understand, So when you see a homeless person, try not to think of this person as an utter waste, because they're not. There's a lot of people who were like Einstein level, who were basically dying on park benches, okay? It's not that uncommon for brilliant people and people who are very bright and, good-natured people to end up in this situation. And yeah, they might be doing drugs, or they might, have done petty crimes, like maybe they got desperate. I mean, I didn't do this, okay, so because I know how people talk, and you hear a video, you hear somebody say something. I didn't do this, okay? I'm just saying is, some people might, be addicted to heroin, God knows why, but maybe it's because it's an intense drug and it makes them forget or block out things. But I can fully feel compassion for these people. I do. I feel compassion for these people. And I will not ever do anything to make their road any more difficult than what it is. And that's all I have to say. So, anyway, waiting for the AAA truck. I will be back with another video later. Have a wonderful day. Take care.